So before I get to organizing this, I wanted to mention something about the collecting community when someone passes away. A celebrity, a character in a video game, a character in a TV show. I've been collecting for a very, very long time, and I have seen characters spike in price because of the death of a character or a celebrity, which of course recently Chadwick Boseman did pass away. Prayers to his family. But the collecting community, what I want to let you guys know, based off my experience, so that your heartache is a little bit less. I understand that you're frustrated. I understand that people are angry, that people are taking Black Panther pops and flipping them and asking $400 or $500 for them. Here's my advice to you on that. Ignore the shit. In my time in collecting, I've had to witness Robin Williams pass away in the Spike and Genie pops. Hodor passed away in Game of Thrones, and his pop went from being $3 to $150 overnight. Stan Lee has passed away. Multiple people have passed away to where this is a constant cycle. If I could teach you guys one thing in the collecting realm, is that now that flippers kind of control the freaking, I hate to say this, flippers control the freaking price point of pops. They control the price point of pops and the value of pops, and they also ruin the value of pops. So everybody wants to praise flippers for raising the value of pops, which raises the collection of my value, which is great, but it also brings it back down. So what's going to happen now is people who can't have patience and just mourn the passing of Black Panther, they're gonna go spend $400 or $500 on a pop because people want that nostalgia. That's why I collect, is nostalgia. I like having these characters around because I have memories, and positive memories or sad memories attached to them. That's why I collect Funko Pops, because I love all these characters. So that's usually what's gonna happen when there is a death of a very substantial character in any line. So what I want to express to the Funko community, the newer collectors, is that this is going to happen. This isn't the first time it's happened. It's not going to be the last time it happens, because Funko is so big right now and flippers are marketing so much off of their characters. They're just going to keep doing it. And one of the reasons that they keep doing it is because people keep buying the stuff. There was an example posted on Facebook of a bidding war that was happening between a Black Panther Chase Funko Pop. The listing was posted, I think, a day or two before Chadwick even passed away, and now it got up to like $800, and that's not the seller's fault. Everybody wants to get angry at the seller when he had no idea, and then now the buyer is going to buy this pop for $800 and change the value completely on the Funko Pop. I always say, flippers are the problem, but I want to say that the buyers are the problem as well. Now, I am no saint when it comes to not enabling flippers. I have gone out and paid money for certain things that I want. If I didn't get the free comic book day Loki, I would have paid scalper prices for it. It's just the nature of the beast because I want it so bad. But in this case, it's something that sometimes you would have to be patient. For the Loki from Free Comic Book Day, I would have waited at least 6-7 months for the price to come down, because I don't pay any more than $40 for a pop. That's just me. Unless it is genuinely worth it. Like an OG Funko Pop, yes, okay, I'll spend that money on that. But just the anger and the frustration that I'm seeing on all these communities, I get it. I totally get it. It is sickening, and it's morally wrong to profit off of death. But sometimes we as collectors have to accept what is and move on. I think what I want to get across to most people right now is flipping is going to happen. Flipping is not going to stop. As long as buyers are going to buy, flippers are going to flip. So it's something that, I guess what I do now when I can't have something is I internalize and I kind of let it go. Because I know a year down the road I'll be able to get it. Funko is not making these things limited anymore. I don't think there's a limit, unless it's a San Diego Comic-Con 480 piece or something specifically released to a Funko Fun Days or something. Funko doesn't limit their stuff anymore. They didn't limit Black Panther pops. They did not. Literally, you could buy every single Black Panther pop before Chadwick Boseman passed away for under $25, including the chases and the exclusives. That tells you that the pop was literally mass produced. If you can get a chase for under $25, it was mass produced. That specific pop was mass produced to have that many chases in the batch. I understand frustration, and I want you guys to be frustrated. It's okay to be frustrated, but the anger, the lashing out, the way people treat each other on social media, there's nothing that I could do to fix it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is going to continuously happen. Continuously. No matter what. Even when Logan died in the Logan movie, everybody wanted Logan pops. But guess what? They're continuously making new Wolverine pops. So it's just like, you gotta sit back and evaluate, is it worth your energy to really get angry about? In the collecting community, you're going to experience flippers, you're going to experience scalpers, you're going to experience buyers spiking the price, you're going to experience a collecting being valuable, and then you're going to realize that it's not so valuable because of how things are valued in the market and how the algorithm works. So if you're a long-time collector and you really want to keep collecting, it's something that you're going to have to accept. A lot of comments that were made was, I'm taking a break from Funko because of this. What did Funko do? What did Funko do to make you want to take a break because people are evil assholes? I know social media is just people wanting to grab attention, freaking trolls and all that stuff want to happen, but at the same time, you gotta be strong of heart and strong of mind in the collecting community, or else it is gonna wear you out. I've seen plenty of people get out of the collecting game of Funko Pops because they're just over it. It is hard to continuously collect Funko Pops in my mind, just because I have so many and they keep releasing so many. It's very hard to keep up, and it is stressful. But I want you guys to remember that it's not a game. It's a hobby. Collecting Funko Pops is a hobby. If Funko went bankrupt tomorrow, guaranteed people would be offing their collections like crazy. If they weren't going to make any more Funko Pops, people would dump their collections completely, and then hopefully the stats would come out of how many were released of each one, and the true value of pops would happen, and then people are going to dump their collections, and me personally, I'm going to try to obtain every single one of them. But just remember in your soul what's right and what's wrong. If you give energy to something, you validate the wrongdoing. If you give energy to somebody who is flipping a Black Panther pop and getting angry, it only fuels the fire. It fuels other people's anger, it fuels other people's hate. Buying the pops fuels the flippers. It's a whole community aspect that I wish everybody would sit back and realize that it's not just the flippers, it's the buyers, it's the collectors, it's everybody. Giving, it's like a bully. When you give your bully a reaction, it fuels them to only want to do it more. Some people live for that shit. Some people live to go on Facebook and just piss people off because they're evil, lonely people. So if there's anything, you could put this into life. The more energy that you put into something, especially if it's negative, the more negativity you give back. So breathe, my friends. Remember that somebody very, very important in most of our lives did pass away. Yes, he's just an actor, but to us, he's king. Wakanda forever, Black Panther, he means something to us. But the best way that we can honor his memory is not to get angry at people flipping his products, his character bobbleheads for hundreds of dollars. No, what you could do, you watch his movies. You remember him. You support him and his family. Don't get angry because some dickhead wants to go sell a pop for $450. That's how he wants to honor the memory, fine. But for us, for solid collectors, people who are genuinely good people, that's what we should be doing. Not getting angry on Facebook, not fucking going out there starting arguments and being disgusted or stop collecting. No, honor his memory, celebrate him. Because I could tell you, if people were angry if I passed away, and it would just dishonor my memory completely, and I would be in the grave like, y'all fighting over this crap again? Like, really? It's not worth the energy. Take that energy, watch Black Panther, watch Civil War, watch Infinity War, you know, watch all the movies that he was in, you know, all these great movies that he did, and move forward for the Black community and Black cinema and Black actors. Like, that's something that you should remember, that he made huge strides and was going to become great in his career. Watch that cinema that is important to the history, to Black history and all that stuff. You got to think about it. Just take a step back. Take a break from social media, because trust me, there are so many people on social media right now losing their damn minds because of a toy being flipped for $400 to $800. It's not worth the energy. This is going to continuously happen. If you're starting to collect and this is making you angry now, I'm going to tell you, my friend, it's going to continuously happen. I've seen it happen a dozen times. It is always going to happen no matter what. Alright, so now that I'm done ranting, I'm going to start working on this display over here and get it straightened up. I also have I have a whole thing. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you. I have this whole thing full of collectibles and stuff. So it's something that I do. I don't know if this is going to help any collectors in the collecting community, but I have a little box that when I clean and I do displays, if it doesn't fit in the display, I put it into a little collectible box or a little box like this, so that when I start messing around with displays, I can add them in later, or when I'm looking to make a display bigger or add to a display, I have stuff. I always have collectibles that are not on display. So, yes, I'm gonna work on this. Pew.